Hey guys, how's it going? Alex Scott here with Consordini.com. Thank you so much for checking out another one of our super cool studio gear reviews. Got a super quick one for you guys today. This is Valhalla Supermassive, a very, very cool plugin that I actually just found on the Valhalla site for free. Now, I'm not sure when we're going to be able to get this video up, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to get this one for free as well. I'm not sure how much they normally charge for it, but regardless, we will put a link directly to the plugin in the description down below, so check that out. They are giving it away for free right now though, and I use a lot of stuff from Valhalla. I think they're one of the better reverb plugin companies around. I particularly love Valhalla Shimmer. We're going to be taking a look at that one, which is more of a premium plugin, in another video. But I just saw on a site somewhere, I think browsing through Facebook or something, that Valhalla Supermassive was currently free, and I said, I like free stuff. So I went, downloaded, I've been playing around with it a little bit, and I think it's really, really cool. Head down to the description, check it out if you guys can snag it while they're still giving it away for free. Definitely do so because it's very cool. But I just wanted to go over it really, really quick, show you guys a couple of sounds that you can get with it. It's a pretty simple plugin, and really what it does is it blurs the line between reverb and delay. And this is a kind of a cool concept that I've actually found myself trying to explain to people before, especially people who are newer to audio or sound or anything like that. When you try to explain kind of these different effects, right? Like what's a chorus, what's a reverb? It can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but this plugin is the perfect illustration that delay and reverb are actually a lot more similar than we might think. Now, reverbs traditionally are things that kind of model the ambient sound of a space, right? That's typically what we think of them as, is that, you know, when we're in a big room or a big concert hall or something like that, you get that nice diffuse reverb sound of the room whenever you play music or sing or clap or whatever. Whereas a delay, we traditionally think of as an echo, you know, where it repeats a sound over and over again that kind of diminishes in volume or whatever. But actually, one of the most common ways, one of the earliest ways that people made reverbs was to simply just use a delay that was incredibly fast, okay? So it would take the sound and delay it, echo it like we would normally think a delay would do, but it would do it incredibly quickly. And that's really what Supermassive is all about. It's a delay, it's a reverb, it's a delay, it's kind of both. So we have some very, very simple controls, and I love how simple it is. We've got mix, we've got stereo width, which is going to control how wide your image is of the effect. We then have a delay time and a warp time. The delay time goes all the way from 0 milliseconds, where it's effectively doing nothing, all the way out to 2,000 milliseconds, or 2 full seconds. Now, of course, you can also, if you want to use this more as a traditional delay, you can align it to dotted, triplet, or even subdivisions of your session tempo. That's totally fine. But, you know, the thing that you want to pay attention to here is that this delay time can go down to like 2.4, 7.2 milliseconds. It can go incredibly fast, and that's where it's actually going to give you more of a reverb-like effect than a delay effect. Then we have warp, which actually alters the pitch of the reverb tail or delay tail, wherever it's in wherever it is in there. Feedback from 0 to 100%. Density, which you can see there's these great little kind of explanations that show up down here. Controls density of echoes when feedback is turned up. 0% discrete echoes, 100% echoes quickly turn into reverb. So again, that's the whole idea behind this plugin, is it's perfectly in between a delay and a reverb. You can kind of use it as either. Such a cool concept. We can, of course, modulate our tail. This is another common kind of a thing that you see in a lot of Valhalla's plugins. So you can do a little bit of LFO style modulation to your reverb tail. And then we have a really simple high and low shelving EQ. Down here we have some presets. You know, we've got some kind of basic echo presets, some modulated presets, and then some more reverb style presets, and then some wacky SFX. And I love how Valhalla names stuff. We have magnetars, nebulae, pulsars, and quasars. And then finally, we have this really unique mode thing here that gives us these different, very creatively named modes. We have Gemini, Hydra, Centaurus, Sagittarius, the Great Annihilator, Andromeda, Lyra, Capricorn. These all just change how the engine is working. So like we select Hydra, you can see it says double echoes and long decay. So that's going to change the nature of how it's echoing or reverberating the sound. Gemini is single echoes with high density. Sagittarius is a long reverb or repeating echo with slow attack. So even though it's very, very simple and easy to use, really easy to understand, you're actually going to be able to get a ton of different sounds. So I've just got a very, very simple drum groove pulled up here, kind of an electronic thing. So we're going to start with just kind of a more basic, this preset is called a dotted eighth chorus echo. So this is going to be a dotted eighth delay with just a little bit of modulation, and we can see that's the case here. Very nice, very cool sound, and kind of what you would expect from that type of effect, right? You can hear it's a delay set to dotted eighths, and there's some chorus on top of it. But now, to kind of illustrate what's going on here, I'm going to change the mode of this. We'll go with Gemini here. And I want you guys to listen. We'll turn off our kind of modulation to what happens as I really start to speed up this delay. And you can really hear where it starts to become less delay and more reverb. So now that's like even a really fast slapback delay, right? But now we start pulling it even higher. And you can hear now when we've got it down like sub 10 milliseconds. You can hear that it's a delay, but it almost starts to sound like a weird kind of digital spring echo, or a spring reverb, excuse me. And as we change through these modes, you can hear some of this stuff. You can hear each mode handles it a little bit differently. Some modes sound a little more delay-like. Some modes sound a little bit more reverb-like. And you can hear when we start to turn this warp up, it starts kind of lifting the pitch of some of those echoes. And that can really help to make it feel a little bit more like a reverb as well. So now we've got the warp all the way up. We've got higher feedback, kind of a medium density. Our delay is set at 28 milliseconds, which for any delay would be super, super, super fast. Width is at 100%. And now we've almost pushed it in with the Andromeda engine here, or mode or whatever. We've pushed it into something that really actually sounds a lot more like a reverb. But with the same engine, we bring this warp down, bring our feedback, our density down, and we push this out. You can hear it's kind of a wild delay right now, but it's back to sounding a lot more like a typical delay, like exactly what we would expect from a delay plugin. And we can go in here if we want to set it to a dotted eighth again. Ha. That's cool. I haven't gotten a super strong understanding of what each mode does. All the modes are very different in how they handle things, but you know, because of how they've laid it out, it's actually a really diverse little plugin. It can do a lot. It's got a lot of really cool sounds in it. And when you start to get to know it, which I'm still kind of in the process of, but you can get it to do a lot of cool stuff. You can get a lot of really interesting kind of classic delay and echo sounds out of it. You can get some more wild modulated delay sounds, but then you can also push it into this wild world of reverb. And then you can just do some crazy special effects stuff with it. And get some wild, like, reversed kind of sounds. These really chaotic, kind of granular sounds. It's just incredibly cool. And when I very first downloaded it and opened it, I was like, oh, that's neat. That's kind of cute. You know, it's a cool little, you know, it looks like a delay, or maybe it's got a reverb. I didn't totally get it, but when I started playing around with it, I was like, wow, this thing's actually amazing. This can do all kinds of cool stuff. So I think it's really, really cool. Like I said at the beginning, I snagged it for free. I'm not sure if that's an ongoing thing, if they're going to not offer it for free at some point. I'm not sure, but we're going to stick a link down in the description. Head over to Valhalla's website if they're still giving it away, even if they're charging a little bit for it. Very, very cool plugin, very creative, definitely an interesting addition to the workflow. 2 thumbs up. Check it out. But what do you guys think? What are some delay and reverb plugins that you guys like to use in your workflow? Please let me know in the comments down below. I always appreciate hearing from you. If you have not yet subscribed to Consordini, please do that as well. Click that notification bell to be kept up to date as we post new content. Really helps us out. And if you want to give this video a like or a share, that would be awesome as well. But in any case, my name is Alex Scott with Consordini.com. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.